right, and he'd say, a little slower, son, you're doing just fine.
And welcome back to DC Sports Hour, Insanity. Crazy Richie here.
Hello.
On DC 389.5 live.
Free and live.
From Stockton, California.
Whoa, there's somebody out there with a gun.
Really?
Yeah.
You always gotta go that route, don't you?
Yes, I do. I
Alright.
hide my gold chain.
I used to have one.
Yeah,
They didn't steal it from me. It just doesn't fit me because I got fat. But
I just sold mine because of recession.
But anyways, we got the games on tap for Week 10. We're giving our predictions. We'll start with the Thursday night game. We have the Colts at the Jaguars. Who's your pick and why?
Go to the Jaguars.
Really?
Yes.
I want to hear why.
I think it's their time to win. I really do. I think they've had a couple close games. Like I said, I'm not sold on Indianapolis at all. I think they barely pulled out a close game against the Dolphins last week. In fact, it was 4th and 14 with the game on the line. Tannehill completed a 4th and 15. Tannehill completed a 14-yard play. I mean, one more yard, that game's still going on. I don't believe in them at all. I think the Jaguars will steal this one.
Who has Jacksonville beaten? Wasn't it the Colts?
Yes, it was. So that was in Indianapolis. So there it is, right there, proven fact. The Jaguars are on their way.
I say revenge for the Colts, and plus, I'm not, again, yeah, jumping on the Andrew Luck train, but
Yeah,
still.
I crashed that one a long time ago.
Just the Colts. We'll just go from there. Chargers and Bucks in Tampa Bay. Who you got?
Doug Martin breaks NFL records again. No, I'm taking Tampa Bay. I just don't believe in San Diego. They're playing a tough Tampa Bay defense who's coming on. I think they've won 2 or 3 in a row right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I think they're finally figuring out their identity. They are a ground and pound with a little passing.
And now I'm starting to believe in Tampa Bay, too, after what they did to the Raiders. And I know the Raiders just stink, even though I had them winning last week. But Tampa Bay has shown a lot.
Yeah.
Josh Freeman's coming alive. And now they may have a productive running back that they've been looking for. So, choosing the Bucks in this. San Diego, you better make some changes. Tennessee at Miami. Who's your pick?
Dolphins, Tannehill. I just believe in the guy. He should have won the Colts last week. But I don't believe in the Titans at all. I believe the Dolphins. Another reason why I don't believe in Andrew Luck is because they're not really playing a tough division. You know, don't get me wrong, the Dolphins have a decent division, but I think Tannehill is really showing some promise, and I think the Dolphins are on their way up too.
I would just repeat everything you said, but I don't want to be redundant. I'll just add Reggie Bush, Dolphins. Bills and Patriots, this should be an easy pick.
Yeah, the Patriots should easily win this one. You never know what Bills team's showing up, and even though their offense, but since I don't know what happened to their running game. They used to be explosive. C.J. Spiller, Fred Jackson, and now they're just, I don't know, whatever. Patriots needed a blowout.
Same Patriots. I mean, the Bills, I thought you can actually think that team would actually be a playoff team.
I told you they were a wild card team, and I was dead wrong.
I don't know how many times I just said actually, but I had faith in the Bills, but now I don't. Patriots. Raiders.
Ravens.
And Ravens.
There's my pick, Ravens. I do not believe in the Raiders at all.
Against the Ravens.
I do not. I think I picked them once and they failed me. Or they probably won, I don't remember, but I just think the Ravens overall will be able to decimate that Raiders so-called improved run deep defense. So I think the Ravens will take this one easily.
And I'll jump on this bandwagon too, because I can't see the Raiders winning this game, especially against Baltimore. Despite the fact they still don't have their key defensive players, I mean, the Raiders are a messed up team.
Yes.
I've lost faith in them as well.
Plus, they don't even have their running game, so that means Palmer's going to throw 60 more times.
All right, we have the Broncos and the Panthers from Carolina. I'm choosing the Broncos in this because Peyton Manning is back, and end of story.
Yeah, Peyton Manning, that's the only reason why they're going to win. I think the whole game plan is going to be to shut down Cam Newton because he's obviously having a very big sophomore slump. And once again, if you fall behind, he starts blaming himself. He just completely collapses. So I'm taking the Broncos as well.
And for the second straight week, the Bengals will play a Manning at home, the Giants and the Bengals.
I'm going to take Andy Dalton.
You're going to choose him, really?
Yes. I don't think he'll play Eli, but I think he's going to do enough to that Giants secondary, which has never really been that great this season at all. But I think it's going to be enough because they're playing in Cincinnati. They should be able to beat Eli.
I'm going against you on this. I'm going to pick the Giants. After what happened against the Steelers, I feel like they'll rebound from this, and then, just have an offensive explosion. Not saying it's going to be completely explosive, but enough to get them past and maybe call it a blowout.
If you remember, though, they were actually, one of the Giants' victory was very lucky over Tampa Bay. I mean, Tampa Bay choked, so I just don't believe
That's
the Giants
true.
at all. The last week they lost to the Steelers. They blew a 10-point lead. The week before that, they blew a 23-point lead. I don't believe in the Giants at all.
All right, next, Lions and Minnesota. Who do you got?
I'm
Is this
thinking
a
here.
tough one?
Yeah,
All right, fine. I'll do with my pick. I have Minnesota in this game. I mean, the Lions, yeah, they still have a lot of troubles, and I feel like that'll pass up the Vikings. And plus, the Vikings, even though they've been struggling as well, I feel like they'll just have enough to get past the Lions.
I'm going to go against you on this one. I have to. I just don't. I have not seen anything out of Ponder since he destroyed the 49ers. And since then, 68 yards to throw in a game. That's ridiculous. That is plain ridiculous. You don't do those in games. You don't win those in games. So I'm going to go with Detroit and Stafford and Megatron.
All right, the next game, the Falcons at the Saints. Do the Falcons finally lose?
Yes, I believe they have to lose one. And I think New Orleans, I'm not going to jump on their bandwagon and say they're going to turn their whole season around. But this is an emotional one right here because they need this one. If not, you might as well just get ready for Sean Payton next year.
And I'm going against you. I feel like the Falcons will continue to stay undefeated. I know Kid ATL somewhere around here probably
Jumping up and down and doing jumping jacks.
Now, the next game, this game may be interesting because both these teams have been crap as of late. The Jets and the Seahawks.
I'm going to go with the Jets.
Really?
I really do. I'm not going to say Sanchez is going to have a great game, but I think the Jets, they've had a bye week. They've had a lot of time to get themselves together. They know their season's on their line here. And having a rookie quarterback, even though he's 4-0 at home, having a rookie quarterback is huge, and I think that's going to be the difference in this game.
I'm going against you. I got to choose the Seahawks. One, you've mentioned this earlier in the show. They're good at home. Russell Wilson's good. Marshawn Lynch may actually have a better game than we expect. And plus that 12th man that we always hear. Come on, it's Seattle. They love their sports.
They love their sports when they started winning. No shot. That's just plain truth.
Cowboys and the Eagles. Both teams struggling as of late. I'll choose this one first. I'll choose the Eagles. I almost chose the Cowboys, but I feel like the Eagles will have enough, not only to back up Michael Vick, but also maybe help out Andy Reid keep his job. Maybe.
Oh, it's gone after this year for sure. I mean, if they don't make the playoffs, and I think that's why they're going to win this game. The Cowboys, you never know with this team. You don't know what you're going to get, but you know they're going to lose at the end, and that's what they do best. I think the Eagles should be able to win this game. They have a better talented roster. They should be able to beat the Cowboys and knock them off and pretty much put Garrett's job on the line.
So you're choosing the Eagles?
Yeah,
in
I'm
this
going
as well.
with the Eagles.
This next game should not be a no-brainer for both of us. The Rams at San Francisco. Niners, I'm going to take, and I'm guessing the same with you, and I just want to hear why.
I want to know their defense. That's why. I mean, they're healthy. They went into their bye. They played one game in 23 days. That's ridiculous to even hear of. They might have some rust, though, but I don't think that defense will, and I don't think the Rams' offense is good enough to score any points on that defense. This might actually be their 5th straight out of 6 games of not giving up a touchdown. The Niners just own the Rams right now. Bradford's slumping still. Their defense might keep them in it for the first 5 minutes of the game, but after that, it should be all San Francisco.
And here's probably the best game of the day next week. The Texans at the Bears. Who do you got and why? Both teams, only one loss, so one of these teams will drop the 2.
I'm going to go with the Texans. Chicago hasn't really beaten anybody. They haven't really, I mean, don't get me wrong, their defense is strong. They've grabbed my attention. And in fact, next after this game, they head to San Francisco. And as of right now, it looks like I'm going to that game because no one will buy a $100 ticket. But, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not mad because that'll be a great game. But I think the Texans, overall, their offense is better. And Jay Cutler, you know, everybody's talking about how many points they scored last. Who did they play? Who have they played, really? I mean, the toughest game I think they probably played was against the Dallas Cowboys. You know, but over that, they got destroyed in Lambeau against the Packers. So, I mean, they could win this game. It could go either way, but I think Matt Schaub and the Texans defense is better.
And I'm going to agree with you. Just the Texans. I don't want to repeat everything you said, but the Texans, I mean, I feel like they're a little better. Finally, the Monday night game, Steelers at home hosting the Chiefs. This should be a no-brainer as well. Steelers, in my case.
Oh, the ratings are going to go down completely. I mean, this is not even worth watching. You guys want to just throw this on the NFL Network and switch months. I'd rather watch the Colts and Jaguars game, to be honest, but it should be the Steelers easily over the Chiefs. The Chiefs have nothing going for themselves. They don't even have a quarterback either.
All right, when we get back, I'll throw in a little bit of hockey and a little bit of NBA. You are listening to DC Sports Hour on DC Free 89.5. We'll be right back.
Right back.
Okay, astronaut, you're up. You'll be meeting with Wish Kid Brandon.
Roger, Brandon.
His wish is to see a space shuttle launch.
All systems are go.